This is a message to all the young men out there who haven't yet identified their purpose, who feel lost, who feel confused, who feel extremely anxious about the future. I was once that guy. Back in secondary school, it seemed to me that everybody knew exactly what they wanted to be in the future, and I was the only idiot who hadn't figured it out. I was extremely stressed. I thought I was going to be a failure in the future. I thought I was supposed to know back when I was 18, 19. I thought I had a short window to make a decision, otherwise I'd end up being a bum. But that wasn't the case. I didn't have a short window to make a decision. You know, the traditional educational system often puts you in a position where you feel like if you don't pick the right degree, you're going to be a bum. If you don't get the right grade, you're going to be a bum. When that is far from the truth. It helps if you get good grades. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that college doesn't open opportunities. It can, for some people. But it's not the only way. I ended up getting 2 C's and a D. No, 1 C and 2 D's in my A-levels. And boy oh boy, when I did, I felt like an absolute retard. I did. You know, my friends were in uni, living it up, and I was at home, scratching my head thinking, what the hell happened? I was very worried. I would be working lower end jobs, and I say lower end jobs because no job is lower end in my books. If you're a man and you wake up every single day and you put in a solid shift, then you are doing it right. You're making an honest living. But back then I felt like, oh man, I'm just going to end up in these kind of jobs, you know, and nothing's ever going to work out for me because I didn't get the grades, you know, and I wasn't able to really get into university, and, you know, it seemed like all the doors were shut, but they weren't. God was opening another door for me. You know, sometimes, guys, there is an opportunity in the misfortune that we don't see at the time. What we need is for time to move on in order for us to look back and gain some perspective on the situation. Oh, okay, it had to happen this way. Because if it didn't, then I wouldn't have worked here. And if I didn't work there, I wouldn't have met this guy. And if I didn't meet this guy, I wouldn't have been able to start this business. And then there you go, you connect the dots. Right now, you're probably panicking, thinking, shit, man, I've messed it all up. Believe me, you haven't, bro. If you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, I mean, you're young. You're still a baby. And I'm not saying this, you know, to give you the license to sit on your ass and do nothing. No. I want you to move with speed and urgency. However, if you don't figure out at 19, 20, 21, you know, you're not an idiot. You're at the very beginning of the race. You're at the very beginning of your journey. Nobody gets it right at 19, 20. Fuck social media. Fuck Instagram. It's not fucking real. Fugazi. If you guys have watched The Wolf of Wall Street, you know what I'm talking about. It's not fucking real. Alright? It's an altered, enhanced, warped environment where people post the most exceptional pictures depicting a lifestyle which in most cases doesn't exist. It's easy for someone to withdraw a lot of cash, throw it on a bed, take a picture and post it on Instagram, and everyone thinks, wow, this guy's winning. What does this guy do after the picture? Puts it back in the fucking bank account because he needs the money. Money doesn't fucking rain from the sky. You have to be a man of value for the money to come. And at 18, 19, you're still in the early stages. It's not to say that you can't be very successful at 18, 19. You certainly can. But it's not very common. And the reason why is because you need to actually go out there. You need to get beaten up. When I say get beaten up, I mean go out there and take some L's. Learn from your mistakes. Get back up. Go for it again. It's like the gym. It's very rare that you see someone in incredible shape at 18. You're usually a skinny bastard at 18. I was a twig. Alright, but over time, I mean, if you look at a guy who's 28, you certainly can see the progression. He developed into a man. At 18, he was a kid. So that natural timeline and years of consistent work, nutrition, has led to that man achieving the body that he now has. And that's how it is with your goals as well. Man, listen, your purpose doesn't look at you in the eyes at the age of 18. It doesn't say, hey, this is what you should do. Some people know that early on. I'll be honest with you. Maybe they want to be a doctor and that's their dream. Great. It can work for some people. But for most people, their true purpose, because a lot of people go to university, but that's not their purpose. Their purpose isn't to study a degree and end up in a job doing the thing that they set out to do. No. A lot of people actually discover their purpose after graduating, getting a job, and then realizing I'm not fulfilled. My purpose is actually that way. Okay, but the way your purpose comes to you is when you go out and you seek adventure. I had no fucking clue what my purpose was. I'll be honest with you. After I left A-levels, my secondary school, I just got into, normal jobs. I started working in warehouses, restaurants, all sorts of stuff, and I had no fucking clue. But over time, my curiosity increased around certain subject matters. And then I got into sales, and I really fucking loved sales. And then an opportunity came my way where I was able to speak in front of a lot of people, and I thoroughly enjoyed public speaking. And this is how it happens. Don't get me wrong, I was proactive. I wasn't sitting on my ass doing nothing. No, I was going out there, going to events, meeting people. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for, but I was just going out there. I had this hunger inside of me. I wanted more for my life. Which avenue, I didn't know. I didn't know how it was all going to come together. Okay, and I was very fucking scared on the inside. I was like, shit, man, what if I never figure this out? But then, as I matured, I realized, Ali, listen, as long as you're doing your best, you're going out there, you're being proactive, it will happen. Fuck looking at other people's journeys. It used to depress me looking on Instagram, seeing this guy, oh, he's killing it, he's flying around first class, all that sort of stuff. And then after a while, I was like, man, fuck this shit. What do I gain looking at that? I need to focus on my own journey. And what happened was, as I went out there and I tried shit, and this is what I tell young men, listen, if you want to figure out your purpose, you need to go out there and try shit out. Your favorite food right now might be pizza, because that's all you fucking eat. But then you might go on a holiday one day and you go to this random restaurant in, let me just think of a place, Malaysia, and you end up having the Malaysian cuisine. And you might try a dish that blows your fucking mind. And you're like, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever had. Okay? And the reason you came to that conclusion was because you went out there and you tried something new. And that's how it is with your purpose. Right now you might feel nervous and you might not think you're good at many things, but then what I would encourage you to do is just go out there and try it out. See, you might like it. You might be fantastic in photography. You might be great at coding. You don't know yet because you haven't tried it. And I don't mean give it a week. I mean, you're still young, 18, 19, 20, 21, even if you're 25, man. I get messages all the time. Guys say to me, Ali, I'm 25. I feel like it's too late. Too late? You're 25. I'm 27, turning 28 next year in May. And even I feel like a fucking kid. But bear in mind, I'm taking action and I'm moving quick. But 28, it's not as old as you may think it is. As long as you have the mindset, as I said, and you're moving and you're trying things out, you are going in the right direction. Believe me, bro, you may not see it right now, but as I said, all you need is for time to pass for you to go back and connect the dots and be like, man, I was so hard on my 19-year-old self, my 21-year-old self. It's all come together now. So, take a deep breath, bro. In through your nose, out through your mouth. You're going to figure this out. Okay? Focus on the next step. There's a concept which really changed my mindset completely. And I heard this a few years ago. Don't know who it was from exactly. But what he said was, I think it was Patrick Ben-David. He said, take the next step. Actually, was it Ed Milet? One of them, okay? He said, take one step at a time. Right now, for example, if you're unemployed and you're 19, first thing you need to do is get a job. Fuck the whole grand picture and the Ferraris and the Lambos for now. Right now, you're unemployed. You need money. Get a job. And don't be picky. No, I only work certain jobs. No, get your ass in a factory, in a warehouse. And a lot of them do pay you quite a good salary. £12, £13 an hour. You can get paid a respectable amount of money. I'm not saying you're going to be rich. No. But it's a fucking good start. Get in there, you know, work 40 hours a week, pick up some, you know, overtime as well on top of that. You can make a nice income every month for yourself. Once you take care of the immediate lack of income, then you can start brainstorming ideas. Because now you're not stressed every day. Because I'll tell you this, when you have no money coming in, it's very stressful, man. It is. You're panicking every day. Okay, you don't know how the fuck you can afford to eat. If you have a car, you certainly can't drive it with no money. Right, you've got no insurance, no gas, nothing. So take care of your immediate problems first. The things that are in your face telling you, hey, you need to sort this out. Okay, get a job. And I know, look, there's a lot of self-help guys on YouTube that trash jobs. There is nothing wrong with a job. As long as it's moral, legal, and ethical, you're not harming anybody in the process. You are fucking being a man about it. That's a man right there. Wakes up early, puts in a solid shift, goes home. You will make the money you want to make at some point. But for now, work hard. Get into that factory, roll up your sleeves, and put in a solid shift. And then focus on the next step after that. Maybe, you know, if you don't have a car right now, get a car. Little steps like that, man. Baby steps. They may not seem like huge achievements. I'll tell you this though, your first car is, you know, the best feeling ever is getting your first car. You know, it's the first time you're on the road by yourself. It's a sweet feeling. My first car cost me £600, Renault Clio. And even though a lot of shit was wrong with it, I look back very fondly when I think about that car. Okay, so listen, man. You're never going to get that feeling twice, the feeling of buying your first car. So cherish it. I know it's not a fucking Bugatti or a Lambo, but believe me, man, one day you'll look back and you'll laugh whenever you talk about your, you know, first car with your son or with your friends. Okay, so focus on the little steps. You get a car, okay, now you can start thinking about what do you enjoy. Maybe you do enjoy coding. Great, well, I guess you need a laptop for that. Now you can focus on getting a laptop. Okay? And invest in yourself. Don't be cheap. You know, if there's someone who's very fucking good at coding and he sells a course, buy it. I know a lot of people are afraid of buying courses, but why? People spend $80,000, $50,000 to go to university, you know, to become a doctor. Why can't you invest $500 to learn about something that you have an interest in? No one's forcing you. If you're genuinely interested in coding, fucking buy a course around coding. I was interested in trading. I bought courses around trading. I must have spent $5,000, $6,000 on courses, right? Because I care about me. I care about my future. I'm not going to sit here and leave my success to chance. I'm not going to leave it to a fucking random event. No, I'm deliberate. This is what I always talk about. You got to be deliberate and intentional. You got to have a plan. This is what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to get the laptop next. Boom. Get the course around coding. Boom. Start learning about coding. Give it a few months, 6 months, 7 months. If you like it, fantastic. Go harder at it. If you don't like it, well, hey, you gave it 6, 7 months of hard work. I'm not saying you're fucking around and doing it once a week. No. Every day after work, you hit the gym, and then after you come back from the gym, you learn about coding. This is what you need to be doing if you're 18, 19, 20, 21. All the way throughout your mid-20s and towards the late 20s, you should start having an idea. I would be honest with you about what it is that you want to pursue. But even then, if you don't know what you want to do at 28, 29, 30, 31, it's okay. Okay? Obviously, at some point, you better get your shit together. You don't want to be 45 and still not knowing what you want to do. But you should have an idea because you would have tried shit out. Okay? So one step at a time, man. As they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And, you know, I'm going to leave you guys with this. How you're going to figure it out, it doesn't matter right now. Because I know a lot of people are going to be like, but Ali, how am I supposed to? The how doesn't matter. Fuck the how. I'll worry about it when I get there. You know? What's that saying? Overthinking is suffering twice. You're suffering before you've even experienced any suffering. You know, think about that for a second. If I'm worried about an outcome that hasn't happened yet, I'm suffering twice. And maybe even once. Maybe it does work out and I'm just putting myself in unnecessary suffering right now, prematurely, before I've even actually attempted it. Okay? You got to keep moving. Your mind will start saying bullshit to you when you sit down and do nothing. If you sit down, the thoughts start bubbling up inside you like a fucking kettle. Oh no, this is unrealistic. What makes you think you can do that? That's a lot of money to be spending on a course. Maybe you should just go to university and get a real degree and do this and do that. And when you don't move, the overthinking kicks in. Keep moving. Keep learning. Network. Go to events. A lot of events are fucking free. Hilton Hotel, whatever. I mean, there's an app called Eventbrite. Go on Eventbrite, search the things that you're interested in. Usually, there's going to be an event happening, and maybe they do charge 10, 15 pounds, 20 bucks. Spend the money. Because you're probably going to spend it anyways, right? On PlayStation games or fucking other shit. Invest it in you. That's the best investment you can make, investing in yourself. Don't worry about, investing in the fucking stock market right now and all that shit. And bonds and all that. No, invest in you right now. Pick up if there's someone teaching you how to do public speaking, learn it. Pay that guy money. Okay? Hopefully this video helps, guys. Hopefully it's provided you with some reassurance. If it has, I would really appreciate your comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button as well, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. Peace and love, brothers. Take care.